All right guys, my name's Charles. I'm here with Addicted Fishing, and today we're going to do a little tutorial on how to troll for trout in lakes. Here I have an Akuma trout fire. It's a 7-foot rod rated 4 to 8. It's a little stiffer. I like trolling them with these trolling setups. Everything seems to load up real nice. What I got here to troll with is made by Lure Jensen. It's a series of blades here that attract the trout. I like this one. I don't like the big blades. The big blades do work. I see people catch fish with them. This is just my preference. This is one I like. It's called the Jeweled, I believe. Behind it is a Max shaky blade. You can use anything behind it. You can use wedding rings, little spoons. This is just, I have really good success with this little pink one, and I tip it with a worm. Now, I don't like to use a big piece of worm. It messes up the action. I just take a little bit of worm there and I just thread it on to the first hook. I thread it up on there until I just got that little bit of a tail. Pull the worm up on there. And what that's going to do is give them a little bit more incentive to hold on when they do bite, and that worm helps twirl this lure. It gets it spinning down there and they really like it. Today I'm using a 1/2 ounce cannonball hook to this. It hooks right to the bottom. There's a little spreader there. You're gonna want to adjust your weight depending on where those fish are at. You gotta find the fish, and if you gotta get down deeper, start adding weight. Today, to get to the fish, I actually ended up not having a heavier lead, and I ended up having to crimp on 2 of these cannonballs, and I finally started getting bit. So mess around with the weight, mess around with your speed. So what I like to do is just get everything laid out in the water here. Make sure everything's gonna spin good. Everything's flashing. And this is where it gets real tricky. This is where you gotta get good, is adjusting your speed. I like to run this pretty far behind the boat. So I just start letting mine out just like this. Just slowly, keeping tension. So when you're adjusting your depth to speed, you gotta adjust the weight and get that rod down to where, as you can see right now, my line is sticking out quite a ways. So what I'm gonna do is slow it down a little bit until I get, just like any other trolling, until I get about a 45-degree angle coming off of there. You wanna troll as slow as you can without messing up the action. These fish don't like to just come around chasing something down at full speed. So you wanna really make sure that you're adjusting your speed and going as slow as possible, but you're still fishing. My second go-to for trolling for trout is one of the same lures that we've gone over of casting and retrieving, and that is a Castmaster. I absolutely hammer the trout just trolling a Castmaster. No lead, no nothing. This typically works better when the fish are higher in the water column, like in the springtime when the fish they're not hunkered down to the bottom like they are today. All I do to troll this is just make a cast. I make a decent cast back there. That's it. Just set that down and troll away. All right guys, another thing that I like to troll out, especially for the bigger trout, if you just want to target some of the trophy size trout, is to run plugs. I've caught trout off of full-size wiggleworts, but if you can, start downsize them, go like the wee wiggler, any kind of plug that you can think of. If you can troll it out in the big water, downsize it, troll it in the small water, and you'll catch fish. Don't be afraid so much about lure size neither, because I've caught some really small fish on some really big plugs out here trolling for trout. All right, that's some of my favorite ways to catch trout. It's pretty simple, it's really effective. Go to our YouTube channel, make sure you guys subscribe, Addicted Fishing, and I hope to see you guys out here slaying some trout.